So anyway, Clippy was one of the best things to ever happen to Windows. I'm very sad he's gone.
The best thing that ever happened on Windows was that 3D maze game that showed up on the screensaver.
The screensaver? Mm-hmm. Wow. That's your favorite thing that's ever happened to Windows.
Dude, I remember sitting in the classroom and then
staring at that while the teacher droned on about adverbs and how useful they were.
Yeah, dude, you know exactly what I'm fucking talking about. Like the computer in the room would turn into the screensaver. It'd be either the pipes, which was the garbage, or you'd get the 3D maze, and then 3D maze was the best, dude. The best.
Or you could get the lame Infinite Starfield.
Yeah,
I did enjoy the Clippy reference in Mass Effect 1. I see you're trying to repair the station. Would you like some help?
I like Clippy.
Yep.
All right, James.
Okay. So, a little bit of time has passed. Nero is just cleaning up after having destroyed the Defiler. The rest of you are on board the Griffin, along with the other captains, as the Admiral is sort of giving a briefing, pretty much confirming what was just said, that they took out 4 of the Chaos vessels, or 4 of the frigates, along with the capital ship. The other frigates, have all been hulked, so there's still stuff to go through to try and gather more information. But the implication from the Admiral is that they have to treat whatever information was received from those that escaped as tainted, and so we don't know now what the situation is on the inside of the Maw. So he's looking around. He's asking, what do people see as our next course of action? And he looks towards you, Pierre. What have you, Lord Commodore? You had advice before. Obviously, that whole situation has changed now. What would you see our fleet do?
You muted.
Thank you. Obviously, the main threat is gone, though. Unless we send scouts into the void in the Maw, we don't know how gone they are. Do we have an idea of what ships were the ones that were able to flee?
They were all left. There were 4 frigates managed to flee. So you've destroyed a total of 5 of their original quantity of, I think we'd worked out they were 20. Well, you don't know where these ones came from, which cursed world, or whether they came from the temple. But assuming they came from the temple, you've taken out roughly a quarter of their force.
That's assuming that's their actual quantity as well, even though because they were mind wiped or mind controlled.
Well, the information from the temple, scouts had gotten there and managed to make their way back. Nobody had gotten to Witch Curse World and come back. The only intel from there, which said there was less than a half dozen ships, came from those that escaped.
Which was false information, if my memory is correct.
Well, I mean, you don't know it's false or not. You just know it came from people that were corrupted.
My other thought is maybe we should just take a moment, reassess ourselves, and then maybe do a full thrust into the Maw. See what all is left. And then my three ships will splinter off from there and go see if the Jericho warp gate is, or sorry, what's the name of the place?
Section 15 or whatever.
Station 15. Station 15 is clear or not, whether they know that's
Zone 15.
Zone 15.
Zone 15. Okay.
But not all the captains here are cleared to now to make that journey.
Yeah, so you make some sort of reference to see if investigate whatever.
So saying essentially my 3. All right, the Hand of Calixis, Eternal Praetorian, and then the Gilded Throne.
All right. And as soon as we can get through the Maw, we need to reestablish contact with Footfall as soon as we can. We don't know what the situation in the Expanse is at the moment.
Absolutely.
Sorry, this is the Admiral that looks towards you, Dave. I'm sorry, sister, I don't know your name.
So Dawn will turn to the Admiral, was it? And
Admiral,
say, and she'll do like a little curtsy thing and say, like, Sister Dawn Leteinia of the Sister Confessor Dawn of the Cleansing Flame.
Many of us here today have lost friends. We have faced the archenemy. Your benediction would probably go a long way towards making the assembled captains here feel better about our next steps.
Sorry, could you repeat that? Sorry, James. Sorry, I think I just cut out there.
I'll just say that they've obviously lost friends. They've fought the archenemy. They're just simply asking whether they could have your blessing or benediction, some sort of prayer from you before they go into any further conflict. You know, a lot of these people, they're demoralized. They could use some. I mean, they won still, but they saw losses in the process. They were attacked in their own home ground. They would just like your blessing.
All right. She'll lead it, but it will be the prayer will be more like aggressive than usual, I guess. Like more like in an attempt to rile people up. I guess.
Yeah. This is the Imperium. All prayers are aggressive.
Yeah. This one's hyper aggressive.
Well, I mean, like for Dawn, she started off like being like gentle, but now her sermons are definitely more on the aggressive side. More.
She's got a war face on.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, she will sort of be still dressed in like the same like, oh yeah, no, her entire regalia is like completely bloodied, right? Because
that's right, yeah,
from the warp,
the blood stuff. So
and burnt from the fire as well. So
yeah, so she'll do it dressed in that. What would you like me to roll? It's fellowship or something like that.
I would take a charm. I would take a
I'll do charm.
blather. Yep, charm. Okay.
I'll do. Yeah. Modifier? Anything?
Yeah, I'm going to give you a plus 20 for the circumstances.
Did you say 20 or 10?
20.
Okay, I think my internet's pooping out or something. Oof, I will re-roll that. What did I roll there?
95.
Okay. Yeah, I'll spend a fate point on that, I think. Good God. Okay. 7.
There we go.
Yeah,
much better.
That's much better.
Yeah. So yeah, you certainly you put the sense of righteousness into these people, the strength of purpose of what they're about to do. Meanwhile, on the station, Arthur, you're just overseeing, making sure like men going corridor to corridor, ensuring that any remaining Space Marines are brought down. You get a vox call from a person you don't recognize, or a voice you don't recognize. Is this Baron Bullet?
Nero's fine. What do you need?
This is DC Burner here from the onboard station security. You assigned us to remain behind and guard the armory.
Yep.
Yes. When you have a moment, I'd like to talk with you. Just some intel was shared with me from the heretic who left here before he died.
Okay. Do you need like over the phone, or do you need me to come there in person?
Well, this is should we talk about these things over a Vox? This is not my area of specialty, sir.
I'll be there shortly.
Nero Augustus Bullet
mode.
walks into an ambush and dies. Yes, just walk into this room with all the beeping lights and grenade pull strings on the bottom of the door.
I think Nero would know a trap when he sees one.
So they're all still like, it's basically asking me where you set those guys up before, and
Yeah,
like
at the armory. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. So there's like white cloths covering people that have died. You know, they obviously fought here, and some of them died, some of them survived against the forces that came to kill Nero.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop by Avando and just like quietly say goodbye, kneeling down next to him, picking my heirloom sword up, cleaning it on his white cloth, and putting it back in a sheath.
Nice. Okay. This guy, this constable, is waiting by Avando's body.
Burner.
Yes. Yes, Master Bullet. Sorry, Nero, you said.
Yeah.
This man, before he fell in combat, but before he died, he asked to pass along a message to your ship.
Mm-hmm.
First off, he was quite profuse in declaring that the sister that had been here before had saved him. He felt he was going into the Emperor's arms in his death because of the blessing that she had bestowed upon him. But he also said that a war needed to be passed on. He claimed that while he was in the Witch Curse world, that the forces of chaos there had opened a permanent warp eye, like the Eye of Terror, a phenomena that was growing day by day in that station. He said that we needed to let everybody know. It was the last thing he said before he died, other than thank you.
Did anybody else hear this?
Yeah, other men nearby will confirm they heard this.
Okay. Well, calculating whether I need to kill all of them at this point or not. I'm going...
Line up to receive your penicillin, soldiers.
Men, it's time for the reward ceremony in the nearby airlock. It's the only place we have that's secure enough to hold it. I'm gonna contact Inquisitor Lynette Ress after stepping quietly away.
Okay, no worries.
And ask her to meet me around here to discuss a matter of vital sensitive.
All right, she gives you a location and a time. It's probably a good hour away though, so you've got an hour to kill.
Sure.
Yep. But subsequently, at that point in time, you meet up with her once again near one of the sort of the. There's a lot of mechanical work going right now to try and restore the systems, the station systems.
Okay.
And yeah, she's like working with a workroom, and she breaks off to go and get some tools in a room where she's asked you to wait, basically. And, yeah, when she comes in, she closes the door. I'm
super impressed to see literally anyone besides me in the Inquisition practicing any level of stealth.
What do you mean? Pierre doesn't say anything until he needs to.
Master Bullet.
Inquisitor. It's come to my attention that there's some information that needs to be discussed. Several of the individuals who were captured, including Lieutenant Avando, observed while they were at the Witch Course world that there was a permanent eye to the warp, like the Eye of Terror, was opened.
These were the men that were corrupted, though.
Yes, one of our, as you might recall, Sister Dawn forcefully saved him using, the power of the God Emperor. He died of his wounds shortly after. Pretending to be me, it was incredibly heroic. Probably. I mean, I didn't personally witness it, but anyway,
so there is.
It's not about me. It's about this information. I don't know where it should be distributed, how publicly it should be distributed. Obviously, this sounds like a galaxy shifting news, and I'm just a guy with a gun.
I think that for the moment we should limit this information to only senior people. So the Admiral, the other captains, if necessary, Commander Sans, yourself, and your
Has anyone found Sans? I assumed he was the first person to die.
No, he was on board the Griffin at the point the attack happened.
Wow, incredibly lucky.
Yep.
How convenient.
Yeah, I'm gonna say what are the odds of that, and why?
Well, he'll probably be under arrest for the moment for investigation because, end of the day, this chaos group on his station fermented under his watch. So,
All right, I don't say anything to her about that, but I say, all right, I'll tell you what. What if I just tell my captain and you know, the Admiral Nathaniel Horn, and they can figure out what to do from there, who they want to tell. Because that Science guy seems a little suspicious to me. I don't know if I want to tell him.
I'll pass the information back to the Tricorn Palace through my own mechanisms as well.
Oh boy, the Tricorn Palace. Wow, those guys out there. Well, thanks for the orders, Inquisitor. I'm gonna go grab a shuttle, I guess.
So who gave this information? So who else had this information?
A gentleman named DC Burner, who was part of the crew holding the armory right now. Why, you need me to kill him on the way out?
No. Look, we need all the faithful servants we can get right now in this station.
I'll tell him not to tell anybody.
Well, simply tell him that we can't trust the words of who was an avowed heretic.
Of course.
And that the forces need to know will know and investigate.
All right. I walk out of the room with her and I immediately call him and I'm just like, hey, man, the information didn't check out. Turns out it was total bullshit. You and your crew just totally forget about it, okay?
That's a relief.
Bless the God Emperor, you know?
He makes some standard platitude back.
Yep. I close comms. I go, man, I'm so glad I didn't have to kill him. And then I go to the shuttle bay to try to find a way back to the ship.
No worries. There's a message for you and for everybody else at this point in time from Ivy saying that she has finished up on the station. Like, there's enough people now working on things here that she's no longer required. She's heading back to the Hand and she would like to meet everybody there. It's urgent.
All right. I'm like, I'm a baron and I'm a rogue trader. Give me the shuttle. And I'm like, all right, now wait a half an hour for the rest of my crew to arrive.
I mean, they're on a ship though. They're on the Griffin. So
no. I'm talking about like Rosen and Wally and all.
Oh,
of them.
okay, no worries. Yeah, okay, yeah. So
everybody that I left with Ivy. Also, and Henrietta. I guess we're gonna take her with us too now.
No, she doesn't come back with you. She will join with the Navy group.
What? That's ridiculous. No, she's obviously a member of our group now.
So with your natural one before as well on reading Ivy too. So yeah, she is visibly concerned when she gets back on the ship, and she's got like a bundle of data slates that she's sort of like got all in a satchel that she's sort of guarding quite closely.
What do you got there?
I'm hoping intelligence information I was able to recover from the systems here, from the data systems that I found on some of the Space Marines or the dead cultists. I don't know how much of this. No, this is him talking to her on the ship.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's either intel we need or it's another lie, but we need to go through it.
Who do you mean by we? Like me or like, Mechanicus people?
No, like you, the captain, Dawn. But it's definitely like...
I put a hand on her shoulder and I say,
yeah.
You know why I became an armsman and the only officer position they ever gave me was Master of Ordnance? It's because paperwork. I hate paperwork.
No, I've already got... I'll explain it. We need to know what to do about it, though.
Oh. Well, like what... Give me the quick rundown on it, I say, leaning back, settling in, getting my deployable neck pillow out.
She looks around the other people in the hold and is like, not in front of these people.
All right, everybody, get the fuck out.
You're taking the next shuttle.
Jump out! You gotta wait for somebody to come by and pick you up. Put on a void suit.
I don't know.
or jump forward in time until.
Surely there must be like literally any place that affords some measure of. All right, I just go. All right, Ivy. I'll tell you what. I say it really loudly. Since I don't feel like killing everybody on the shuttle right now, we'll wait until we're all secure on the Griffin and we can talk to the Commodore and the Admiral all at once.
Well, you're meeting on the Hand. So
all right, we're meeting on the Hand.
Yeah.
I hope the pilot knows where we're going because I fucking don't.
Okay, so it's about 3/4 of an hour later. You are all back on the hand. It is the four of you plus Ivy in a room. She's got all these data slates laid out on the table that she's been able to decrypt and pull information from. So I gleaned that some of the key personnel here, some of the Iron Warriors themselves, some of the more established heretics are all agents of this entity called the Marionette that you're investigating, right? So they've all got little pieces of the puzzle, and I was able to pull together some information that I guess we all need to know about. I don't know how much of it's true or how much of it is just another lie to try and confuse us. So she's like sorting through them, like trying to work out where to start. I'll go back as far as I can tell. If what this says is true, is that the marionette itself is a demon which is bound in the body of your sister, Lord Commodore?
Nero nods because he already knew that.
Yep. Surprising absolutely nobody.
Dawn is just like, whoa. This is new. I didn't know that.
What else?
Nero holds up a conspiracy board where he worked it all out.
Red wine and everything.
Is that guy is like at the
aliens?
There's like a betting pool of like conspiracy boards.
The captain brings his out too. We consult notes. We took different paths, same conclusion.
Wait, you guys have been keeping notes?
Sister's haunted.
Oh man, yeah.
Sister's haunted.
Always has been.
So it looks like, and she's like sort of passing data over to you so you can read this as well as she's going through this. It looks like she actually allowed herself to be taken by the demon, not because she wanted to, but because she realized that by doing so, she feted the demon in some way.
Yeah, it's all very tragic. Yeah,
but it was weaker for that. So it's not like she is trying to do this. The demon has full control, but this is how this came about. Now,
yep, that's the plot of 2 Sarah J. Maas novels. So,
Lord Captain, I'm sorry to say, but that is very much heresy. So I think we should.
Whoa! She is an inquisitorial acolyte, so she has some leeway here.
Continue.
So there's references here to some rogue trader named Sebastian Railthorn. I've never heard of him. Maybe you have, Lord Captain? Lord
That
Commodore?
sounds familiar, yes.
All right. Roll Common Law Rogue Traders at plus... I'm going to give you plus 20.
I get to use that?
Yeah.
He added it specifically so you would get an opportunity to roll it. Look, I even went to the dice.
No, not Secret Tongue. Common Law Rogue Trader.
Oh,
It's probably the same.
29.
It's probably the
would
same
be
skill though. Yeah,
same. Yeah, I have both.
Okay, so you've heard like the name Railthorn before. He was a relatively low rate rogue trader who worked in the Calixis sector a bit, probably going back 10 to 15 years ago. He sort of just dropped off the radar. Probably the assumption would probably be that he just moved on to some other part of space. He didn't have any particular stylings about him that ring a bell. Like he wouldn't be. He's not famous or infamous. He's just a guy who was also a rogue trader. Probably with the 3 degrees. You know that he particularly he believed in self-augmentation. So he liked a lot of he did a lot of cybernetics, and in fact, he had actually his ship was crewed by a servitor crew. Other than the few sort of people you need to have, his crew was majority servitor crew. But yeah, as far as you know, he just no longer much spoken about him in the Calixis sector from about 10 years ago.
And she was working with him?
Well, it says here that there was some work between her and him, but that the forces of chaos need to kill him. Something about there's something in play which means the marionette cannot actually invade the sector properly until Railthorn's been killed, but that somehow your sister, in the process of fettering the demon, further tricked it, and Railthorn's been missing for the last 10 years. So the agents of chaos have been looking for him so they can kill him, so that they can actually have this invasion led by the marionette, which they can't do until he's dead. And they believe that somehow he has been trapped outside of time within the blind tesseract, therefore cutting them off from him.
That's where the Drakari, right? That's
no.
The blind tesseract is that
it's the Holy Grail that contains the wish granting device that the marionette guards.
Yeah, never mind. That's right.
Yeah. So the marionette is looking for you
so that we can open it.
You can reopen the tesseract. She's also looking for, it's also looking for, apparently one other member of Inquisitor Flavian's retinues is still alive. Someone named Leith. Leith is the only person who has been inside the tesseract and returned.
Someone say named Leeds.
Leith, as in like the River of Leith, Lethe. So Leith in Greek mythology was the river that when you drink from, you forget everything.
I think we need to get our Miriam back.
Yeah.
I just sent her a message like one episode ago. Crazy, right?
Now, the rest of what's here looks highly speculative, but the marionette seems to have an incredible ability to predict outcomes, actions, to steer things towards certain outcomes. But our whole crew has thrown a spanner in this working.
Just say chaos. Just throwing them into chaos. Just say it.
The predictions are no longer working, and they believe it's to do with us collecting the untouchables from Regina.
I knew it was wise to save them and not the rest of the civilians.
What, sir? That's obviously bullshit. It's because you are the embodiment of the Imperial presence.
Sure.
Well, in any case, they've put a hit mark out on Cade. They think that Cade's constant proximity to the Lord Captain has disrupted the ability of the marionette to perceive and to control matters around this crew.
How high is it?
How high is what?
The bounty on him.
It's not. I mean, it's not a bounty. All agents of chaos have been tasked. Yeah.
But like in the level of priority, who's higher? Me or
you
Cade?
don't get turned into a spawn.
They really want to capture the Lord Commodore. They really want to capture Sister Dawn. They really want to kill. They said they want to capture you as well. Now, this is the other part that's speculative. It mentions something about the marionette has come to understand that you are tied to something called the Young King. But once again, this whole it's something that the marionette can't understand or can't control. So it fears you and whatever this Young King is.
Does the Young King ring bells?
Dawn has never really told us about.
I've told the Lord Captain.
Dawn has never really told the rest of us.
Oh, yeah. That's right. Young King is the.
Yeah, it's Talon Bailey.
It's the Eldar shit.
Yeah, it was first mentioned by the apparition that you saw in the Eldar space station.
Yeah, fuck off, Ghost.
Yeah, got it.
So in any case, the marionette's goal has been to keep you inside the Calixis sector, pulling together the parts of the key to the blind tesseract and keep you out of the expanse where this Young King apparently is.
Wow, that's been working really well.
I mean, we did play right into its hands.
I mean, we're just a season ahead of time. Then I go, oh shit! When I think about that, the offer to command the forces on Maccabeus Quintus and the Severin Dominic campaign, and I get up out of this, go, oh shit! Like 5 times in a row, we're walking in a circle, and I'm like, oh fuck! Could she actually do that? How could she predict that we would be there and that she had the power to do that? Is that real? Nero's having a fucking nervous breakdown, man.
It seems very fortunate that we turned that offer down.
No, it can't be real, Adrian. Like, Nero's cracking. He's like, that can't be real, Adrian. She couldn't possibly have predicted that.
It's a high probability that that could have happened.
There's no way. We didn't even know we were going to be there.
Oh, but yes, we did. At least
at that time, at that place, having defeated an orc cruiser.
We knew we'd be there. We didn't know what we're going to do there.
I don't know about all this. This is crazy. There's some Eldar shit in here.
Irregardless.
Oh my god, can we kill something?
Yeah, Ivy chips in. That's not a word, Lord Commodore.
What else do you have, Ivy?
This is it. This is what I could make sense of.
And you got this from how many data pads?
I mean, I picked up at least a dozen. They were to piece together. I mean, this. It's like everybody has a piece of the puzzle, but nobody had the whole thing. Even we're still missing pieces.
Is there any reason why the opposing forces here would intentionally keep information away from each other about this? Are they working against each other, or
that's how the forces of chaos work?
They're just competing with each other constantly?
Yeah.
Indeed. Also, it might be that way in case one or so information from one gets captured, they don't have the information of the other. So,
called operational security, but also, or we would call it operational security.
Is it then my understanding that the marionette would have foretold that we would understand her plot and plan?
Possibly.
That's why I asked Cade to stand outside the room while we had this conversation.
Wait, why? So he would be here to affect it. I was gonna say, why isn't he in this room?
Well, I mean, I didn't. If you want to read him in, that's fine. But I didn't want to assume that you would share this information with Cade.
I mean, obviously we're keeping Cade. The Lord Captain completely forgot about the storyline back on Scintilla to sell Cade to the Inquisitor. I mean, we fucking lucked out there. I'm glad the GM forgot. We will suffer no consequences for that decision.
Oh, that's right. We're supposed to have a meeting and we just completely...
Oh, you might have completely forgot about it. I studiously avoided or talked around it in any circumstance.
Yep. Yeah, I remember.
No, I guess we didn't have it. All right.
Yeah.
So
which
what
one,
are
which
we?
one of Rikus, one of them?
Part of the ship, part of the crew, sir.
Yeah, that's right. Okay.
So as our next course of action, then to do exactly what she wants and find this tail on Balewing?
Well,
I think she doesn't want us to do that.
Yeah, she doesn't want us to find Tail on Balewing. There's actually
That's why she's been keeping us out there.
2 really critical pieces of information we haven't discussed yet. The first is that there is, according to Lieutenant Avondo, before he passed, a new Eye of Terror is opened at the Witch Curse world and is growing daily. The forces of chaos there are bringing more and more in. And 2, he pulls out some drawings. He says, I wanted to get your opinions on these. And the first is a t-shirt that says, I survived Wanderpocalypse 852.m41. And the second is like a Pierre Cowles action figure with like real working noises from the Inferno pistol that killed the horrifying Warpsmith.
I didn't kill the Warpsmith.
Sir, you led the activity that killed the Warpsmith.
Okay.
And look, it makes
Now
a
with
pew 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 noise.
real head exploding action.
Ivy takes a look. We've been in the warp a long time, Nero. It's 8:53.
Is it actually 8:53? I just guessed,
Yes.
man. Okay, perfect. I go, yeah, wow, I was a lot closer than I thought. I just kind of randomly picked a number. Okay. All right. I cross out the 2 and I put a ~3. Sir, I believe we could get these working as soon as possible. No, fuck! Why isn't anybody talking about the Eye of Terror? I'm from Cadia. It's awful. We deal with heretics and warp shit all the time, and like horrifying pirate raids and shit. It's bad.
Nero, we were going to talk about that, but then you sidetracked to the merchandising.
Well, all I want you to do is, could you just rubber stamp this real quick? I mean, this is obviously going to be a big, like a temporary. We're not going to long-term print these, but
a limited run.
Yeah, exactly. Right now,
you have my blessing.
All right.
How about that?
We should inform the Admiral immediately about the new Eye of Terror thing.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's why I'm here. Anyway, let me open the door, hand this to Cade, have him hand it to a runner, and we'll get started on these shirts immediately.
Sorry, correction. It's 8:28, by the way.
8:28. Well, you know what? With 1,000 dates to pick within a millennia, I was pretty close.
Not bad.
The other thing we need to do is make sure that there is a null for each bridge of our ships, along with select senior staff.
Sure. You know, that Captain Henrietta lost her ship, and she seems like she's, like blessed or touched or something. Kind of like the rest of us, destiny defying.
And we do need to complete that romance arc for a.
I nod when the captain's speaking my language. I hand Don some popcorn.
I was going to bring that up, sir. This recent battle has illustrated that while you and myself are both senior staff, we should not leave the ship at the same time. So I was thinking of stepping down as your XO and proposing Henriette as a replacement.
Damn it, Adrian, I worked so fucking hard to get your name on that list.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I didn't do anything at all. I wasn't involved in it.
From what I could tell from our battle, despite her, it seemed not to work, but she had the guts to do it. She seemed like she had a very commanding role. It seems like a perfect match, although I think you have to be the one to convince her to do it.
Sir, Lord Cowles, this may be a perfect match, but are we sure he can serve under her? Literally.
Adrian, I've read a lot of family tree and history
I'm pretty
books.
sure of it. He looks like it.
Yes, Don?
And
oh my God, Pondo. Oh, wow. What are you, the new Lexi? Jesus. The new Palabottom.
I can make one joke a series, okay?
Yeah, you can. No, you only have to make one. That's a good time to catch that in.
26 episodes, man. That was the payoff. It's all worth it.
Just keep going.
you know what? I'm not even going to make my joke. It doesn't matter anymore.
Sorry, Dave.
That's so good. Joke's done, bro. Turn it over. Feed it to the children. We're good.
So this is Ivy. Are we heading? Where to next, Lord Commodore?
Right now, we're going to let the other ships recoup after the battle, and after that, maybe a couple of days, we're all going to head into the mall to investigate, see what all is left, if there's anything, if they hadn't just abandoned area. My three ships will go split off after looking at the Witch World and etc. to go see if Site 15.
Zone 15, sir.
Clear. Say again?
Zone 15, sir.
Zone 15. Yes. See if Zone 15 is clear. After that, we'll have to see if we can get a hold of football, see if things are fine there in the Expanse.
So sorry, you are right. This eye of, I don't know what, but this extra eye within the Maw is mentioned in these notes as well.
Yep, Eye of Scary.
It does exist, and it's how they plan to bring their invasion fleet in when the time comes.
The witch's eye.
No, I like Eye of Scary better. Kind of denotes that it isn't as bad as the Eye of Terror.
I see.
Yeah, you got to recognize that Cadia has to do with some real shit, man.
So, like, we can go there, but every ship that's gone there hasn't returned. The only ship that came out of there was the one commanded by, apparently, heretics.
Sounds pretty bad.
I'll follow you anyway, Lord Commodore, but I still want to give you the risks.
I'll speak to the Admiral about it.
Theoretically, the battlegrounds way is clear.
I think we should at least have a small group to investigate the battlegrounds to see if they went to there, if they just went back to the Witch World. Which I imagine they probably just went back to the Witch World. Okay. I'll go speak with the Admiral. Tell them what's going on about the eye that's formed into the Maw.
I'm going to oversee repairs to the ship and make sure that when you want to go, we're ready to go.
Excellent.
I'm going to go wash all this void blood out of my hair.
It's true. We are almost all covered in a ton of blood.
Yep.
I think every year, actually.
You were on fire before, so you certainly.
Oh yeah, that got singed off. That's fine.
you need a shower to get rid of that carcinogenic fire retardant foam as well.
Oh, that's right.
All right, so a shower montage later.
Wait, is it like the fucking shower montage scene from
Starship Troopers? Wow, everyone's on the same page right there. The end of it involves an electric violin hoedown, man.
Why did you join the Federation?
Nero's, I want to have babies.
Wait, you want to have babies? I want to have babies. Oh my god.
I'm already married, Don. I'm sorry.
No.
So, Pierre, you take anyone else to the meeting with the Admiral?
I'm getting essentially what's recommended of one of the gnolls on the Praetorian that we've been training up.
Yep.
Getting one of them, whichever the highest recommendation of them are.
Okay.
Taking one of them with me. And then having
Doogie Howser.
at least 2 more sent out to the other ships. Well, I guess 1 more sent out to the other ship. The other one pretty much has all of them. So.
Sorry, just giving out iPads. Okay, so but no PCs.
I guess would Nero want to go?
What am I doing here?
I'm essentially just going to speak with the Admiral about the situation.
Sure, I'll go. We've seen so far that military people tend to think you're an idiot. So I'll be there to lend you. Hey, listen, I'm saying that out of character, man.
I will say this is...
I also don't believe they're correct. I'm just saying what they think.
Well, that's because I'm just a rogue trader and they don't think I know anything. Which they're half right.
I would also volunteer as well as a former Navy personnel myself.
Oh, I thought you were going to go talk to your bae and see if we can get her on the job.
No, I'm going to go talk to the Bay. I'm going to go get to know her, basically.
All right. I fist bumped on the way out.
I double finger gun like Adrian, like what a tribe out, you know, like.
Sir, I have a suggestion.
Yes.
I believe now would be an excellent time, knowing the information that we know, to offer the Imperial Navy a incredible one-time offer on some untouchables for their bridges.
Do you
Imagine
hate being psychonetically attacked? Don't you hate it when people meddle with your brain? Well, I've got a surprise for you.
hate your fate being woven by an evil demon? Don't like psychic attacks on your bridge? Buy now. The only supply that anyone anywhere knows about.
Buy 10,000 t-shirts, get one blank free.
Ooh.
If you buy one blank,
Sir, with that naval rating set over there.
They're going to be really confused when they receive a person instead of a blank shirt.
Seriously though, sir, it's a good opportunity to put your sales skills to the use and get us some last minute upgrades. It's been a really long time since we bought anything or fiddled around with our our buying score. I don't even remember what it's called. That's how long it's
Profit
been.
factor.
Profit
But we're
factor.
definitely going to need it going forward because we're going to need to buy some shit after this.
Yes, I'll speak with the admiral to see if he might be interested in such a prospect. As with the current events, he might be. Even
Nero's
though,
like, nailed it again. Oh,
even though nulls are still heresy to the Imperium,
what?
they still have their uses.
They're not heresy, sir. They're sanctioned.
They're not.
I turn to the rating again and go, "Hey, rating, the one with the cloak. Are they?
Null's not heresy. They
Null's not
are.
heresy.
I thought they weren't sanctioned.
No, they're treated sort of
sanctioned
like
units.
psychers.
Yeah.
They're sort of like psychers in that they need to be registered and they have. You shouldn't just have a blank walking around in society, but you can have it because they're harder to detect than psychers are.
So I need at some point check all these guys in.
Oi, you got a license for that emo?
All right, I take my photo visor out that I took off before and put it on.
Okay, I knew it caused problems. I think it caused problems because they were trying to get a whole bunch
You're
of
good, sir.
Sisters of
This is the
Science.
old pre-41st millennia rules. Don't worry, the High Lords of Terror decreed some extra stuff recently. Here, let me get you the newspaper.
Oh, okay, thank you.
All right.
Ivy stops you before you leave, Pierre. If you're going to go and negotiate with Lord Admiral, well, let me rephrase that. You should go and negotiate with Lord Admiral. Today's numbers, they favour mercantile pursuits. I know that's not really been much about what we've been doing today, but it's a good day to ask for more.
Nero's over here looking at those papers he sent earlier about the T-shirts.
At morale boosting merchandise, you mean?
Yeah, I'm telling you, sir, I'm pretty lucky, and I know how to turn a profit. I know what the people want.
Thank you, Ivy. You'll have to teach me about the, what do you call it, numerology?
I'd love to. Let's. I'll talk to Nero about seeing it some time in your calendar.
What? Adrian's in charge of the calendar. Don't talk to me.
Adrian, I'll talk to Adrian.
Oh, is that
I'm
why
sure.
he's
I'm
getting
sure
out of
we
the
can.
job?
I'm sure we can clear up some time for you, Ivy. Maybe a couple luncheons.
Oh, Nero hasn't written those out already?
Salmon
If the first
teriyaki.
if the first line isn't Pondo sitting down and being like, "So the numbers, Ivy, what do they mean?" Like,
She just
We'll
starts
find
going
out we're in the
4,
Matrix
8,
all the
15, 16, 23, 42.
All right, so you head across to the Admiral ship. So that's it, Dawn. So Dawn, you head back to the station where you found out that Henriette Insomnia is currently sort of overseeing people on the station. You know, she's got no command to go back to right now, so she is helping out with repairs by managing work crews as such. And so you find her on like a deck working on. Actually, probably she's working where you blew up the defiler the first time, like to try and get the lift going again, so that they can more easily move people in and out of the command spire. So she's just directing people like a council worker.
I like walk up and I'm like, "Yo, Henrietta, right?"
Henriette, yes. Sister Dawn, yes. We met before,
look,
but
It's okay. You can just call me Dawn for this instance. I'm not here in any official capacity or anything like that. Do you have a moment? I would love to have a conversation with you.
Certainly, she just sort of like make sure like someone's got like orders. Make sure that they happen. Yeah, once this is done, do this, etc. Then she comes over to you.
So I'm gonna like find like a bench or like a not a bench, but more like probably like an ammo crate, most likely, or something like that. I'm gonna put down like a little napkin for myself and then sit on it. And I'm going to pull out two space pairs, and I'm gonna offer her a space pair.
Oh, thank you. She takes it from you.
Please have a seat.
She sits down.
So, tell me, how are things outside of the obvious? I mean,
I guess I don't really know yet what happens next. I've never been shipborne, and I don't know what the Lord Admiral will do now regarding me. All I can really do is, I guess, just do what I can. If that makes any sense.
I have a feeling everything will work out. You have a very good friend in Adrian.
Well, you know, of course, it's been good to catch up with him again. Having people like that from the past, especially in light of everything that's happened, it's been beneficial. It's been good. You have a good first officer on your ship. Since we were at the academy together, he's always impressed.
So you know the sound effect of like someone clicking a pen. It's like
Yep.
like that sort of thing.
Yep.
So that'll happen, and then Dawn will flick out like a book, like a nice thick volume, and she'll say, "Okay, so." Things are happening, progressing. You will likely be offered a position under the rogue trader in the position of Adrian, as he will be stepping down, and you will be likely taking his position.
She does that the whole anime like blink twice without saying anything.
It's like, please continue eating.
Her loading bar is still loading.
Yeah, it's like, please eat your pear while I'm conversing with you. It'll be the most opportune time for this to happen. So I just wanted to make sure that you were indeed eligible for extracurricular activities with Adrian.
Wow, we've gone full circle with Nero, huh? Okay.
Yeah. Do you mean working with Adrian in a command structure?
I mean, you could call it that if you like. Basically, I'm here in the capacity of securing a family line, a family tree, if you will.
she turns bright red. Sister, I'm not sure what impression look, we're friends, and you know we've been together in the past. I was waiting to see where things were going this time, and you know, the Chaos Fleet and the fire. I just
have you read many of the family tree scriptures that have been going around inside of the ecclesiarchy or any of that such nature?
Wasn't a side reading in the academy. No.
That's okay. Yeah, it's kind of a saucy little couple of volumes here and there. Generally speaking, when a gentleman of repute steps down and offers a position of such to a woman of any nature, generally that's seen as a sign of courtship. And since Adrian has gone ahead and started this process, it is to be a sign that you will be engaging in courtship with him. She's like taking notes. And it's like, so do you have any history of illness in your family?
Do I, sorry, what? Just like she's like complete change in conversation direction. You completely threw her off guard.
Yeah, so I just need to make sure that any offspring that you two will create will be suitable, well, for the process of making more offspring, I suppose.
This is a really uncomfortable conversation right now. Thank you.
I know
very
it's
much
it's
for the,
it's
for the
getting
pair.
it's. Listen, it's okay. I completely understand why you're getting cold feet. It's completely normal, but this is the God Emperor's will. I hope you understand that.
Wow. she's speechless right now. We're gonna come back to that scene. So meanwhile, the rest of you have gone to see the Admiral.
You don't think Dawn is going to? Is she going to? You think Dawn's going to actually ask for her a position, or just try to set her up with Adrian? Nero, what are your bets? What do you think?
Nero? Arthur?
Nero's thinking.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, meanwhile, up there, Adrian's just flying the ship.
Nero,
Completely unaware.
Blissfully unaware.
Nero finishes sucking in a breath and he says, well, look, sir, Dawn has a lot more tact and social ability than I do. So there's absolutely no way she's talked herself into the same situations I have at least 3 times, where she was speaking to a prospective partner for another person and got extremely forward with them, and it got really uncomfortable for everyone involved afterwards, except for herself, because she's oblivious to her own actions.
You're probably right. She's more professional like that.
I don't know that professional. I mean, she's very smart in these matters.
Very well.
Yeah, I admire her work ethic. I mean, this is clearly strongly based in not only hobby, but her former profession as a, matchmaker. There's no way she could fuck this up.
Meanwhile, her hand is kind of shaking, drawing the family tree in her book.
Like she's got the anime blushes.
All right, so Horn has organised a meeting once again of just the senior staff who are aware of the Jericho Gate and the like, for you to have this conversation.
Okay, I immediately blurred out that there's a mini Eye of Terror showing up. Admiral Nathaniel Horn, there are legitimate reports from those who have been infected by chaos, the survivors of the inevitable wrath. Oh, fuck, I did that without looking at my notes. Boom! Goes boom in character for no apparent reason. Who report that the Witchcross world is now the formation place of a Eye of Scarer, or Scarier, a small Eye of Terror from which chaos is bringing ships through.
This is in addition to state the 13th station in the passage.
Correct. That is the first of 3 things we bring you. The second are the designs for this t-shirt, if you wish to get a number of pre-orders made for them.
Essentially, we have merchandise used to help boost morale both on the ships and on Port Wonder. We'll get to that in a moment.
I'm handing them out to everybody present with a bottle of Renka to go with it. Because they're going to need it to agree to this.
Yeah, it comes in 6 colors. Men's and women's sizes.
I survived the water apocalypse. Oh, the cotton is so breathable.
It also comes in big and tall sizes. We made sure to get that.
I'm sorry.
In case there's a few Ogren.
And it fits perfectly underneath the standard Imperial Navy and Armsman uniform.
It's a great gift for Feast of Empress Ascension Day.
Which is so, you're always counting the days toward it. because it's so close at hand, probably. I don't even know what year it is, man. 828. Anyway, and then
But
I look to the captain for the cell on the nulls.
I'm gonna get to the cell in a moment.
Oh.
Don't worry.
Okay.
So I'd say the new plan for us is to not go into the witch world, because that could be more opposition than we can account for, considering that there's a new, smaller Eye of Terror, so to speak.
I have scare, sir.
Eye of Scare, yes.
Canon now.
So
Okay,
I'd say
Games Workshop.
we have a smaller force. Go check out the battlegrounds. Is that right, Adrian?
Yes, that was where
Yes.
the Chaos Fleet was originally stationed.
Yes. So either do a full push into the battlegrounds to see if that's clear. If not, deal with whatever opposition there, and then quickly try to most the forces back home.
The advantage we have is we've destroyed their flagship. Any of
Yes.
the remaining ships have probably fled, but if there's any remaining forces, the fleet here should be more than capable of mopping them up.
Well, I've got some good news for you, Lord Commodore, as well. Since we sent out word that the Iron Warriors fleet had attacked, we received confirmation back that the Silver Skulls aboard the Manifest Destiny had turned back towards the Calixis sector to help deal with this threat. I believe you met with their captain previously.
Yes, I met with their captain and the librarian. We actually worked together to fight off a new Xenos threat that had arrived to one of my colonies.
Well, they're heading back here now. I mean, it will probably still take a few months for them to reach here, but we'll have Space Marine reinforcements soon. Maybe that's what it will take to reclaim Witchcurse World and end this fresh eye.
The Eye of Scare, sir.
He doesn't think about that response.
Just really wanted to
You're
see if we can push
welcome.
through that,
Jesus.
The other bit
And
of information that was brought upon me is that there is some being out there that might be looking into our dealings, unless there is someone that can block them out.
Be like a psyker?
Do we have like a portfolio about the marionette and everything we know so
Yeah.
far? Except, we disclude the part where she's actually a
it's
inquisitorial acolyte and your sister. We
Essentially,
include
like,
the
here,
cell sheet for this,
Okay, but it's like
data.
so it's like a dossier. Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
It's like
I
a
began-
dossier we put on a table. It just shows up like a hologram.
I began handing them out with the captain's special pheasant jerky bags. Everybody to go with their Renka.
From what we can glean, the Iron Warriors were essentially being led by what is known as the Marionette, a chaos demon that is stronger than what most can consider. Though it seems the Marionette's eye is not able to gleam past to what they call the untouchables. And like at that point, Pierre will point at Cade, which you more than likely have with, or either or Pierre's own personal guy.
I also like the idea that you just go, and then like a line of dudes just walk in like shirtless or like big buff dudes, but everyone just starts getting angry all of a sudden in the room.
Yeah, everyone mood just sours. Like,
Oh, this is awful.
Nero is
stand by, Lord
completely
Commodore.
unaffected.
Stand by, Lord Commodore. He summons in a runner. He encodes the dossier that you passed to him and pass it to the runner. Take this straight to the choir chamber. Don't stop for anything else. Tell the choir master to implement Protocol 666.
Kill the Jedi.
Obi-Wan's fucked.
All right, the runner runs off. My apologies, Lord Commodore. Please continue.
As I was saying, It seems marionettes are not able to be seen by what we, the rest of us, may commonly know as gnolls. Obviously, beings that can bring a sour mood to an occasion.
I'm from the Untouchables psychic blanks. I heard that you trade in these people.
I haven't done much trading at the moment. It's just right now they seem to have come to use, as in, obviously we're going to need to be able to communicate from one to another with very, very sensitive information.
I began handing out the Nulls dossier, which include all their training in assassination, self-defense, weapons usage.
My initial plan for these was to implement a shock trooper force that could help either fight against chaos or other heretics that possess powers of the warp. Though the purpose that they've come to now is much more convenient.
And you're willing to share these?
I'm willing to offer an exchange of resources for them, yes.
What resources would you be looking for?
I think essentially you would just sum it up as in, like, either access to some
Money.
obviously currency, or access to some resources like military resources.
Get us some access
Et cetera, et
to
cetera.
the special Imperial Navy skin for our ships.
Yeah. The Navy skin packs for the.
I think I murdered Arthur.
Oh my god, that's pretty good.
They'll be like, they're like, we can give you the crates, but you have to buy the keys from
From the gold shop.
He
getting the crates
goes.
is half the battle.
He goes to like a cabinet nearby and unlocks it and pulls out like a data pad. Lord Commodore, about a little over a year ago, after you'd first finished this battle involving the Silver Skulls in the Expanse, Captain Bourne of the Skulls wanted to pass on a gift of thanks to your crew, to your lineage. The Imperium, the Lord Governor, and by extension, directives of the Inquisition, prevented this from being given to you. They deemed that this was too risky an item to pass into private hands. And so we were asked to seize and hold this item. I believe that you have proven yourself to me as a representative of the Navy, that you are ready for this. I would propose that, along with some clear financial compensation for what you're offering, we would also pass this item to you and see to its proper installation in your in one of your ships. And he hands you the data slate.
Pierre will examine it.
Okay.
As curious as he could be.
It's clearly the components of a starship component. Clearly archaeotech. Give me a archaeotech roll plus 10.
I got that.
He knows that you have that. He was waiting for this moment.
I was thinking it was either like a 3090 or a PlayStation 5, maybe.
I'll spin a fate point to make it a 4 if it even matters.
Okay. So it is the components of a teleportarium.
Oh.
Wow.
Beam me up, Scotty.
Wow, now we just teleport to the enemy bridge at the start of every combat and just Nero it.
Teleport Dawn into the bridge.
I was gonna say, can't we just teleport bombs now? Can we literally just be like, all right, we're gonna teleport a torpedo from the Gilded Throne to the enemy bridge?
I mean, there is actually a teleportarium action you can use in space combat if you have a teleportarium, which is effectively allows you to make a boarding action without making a piloting roll first.
Good,
Oh.
good.
So that'd be good for like the Eternal Praetorian if they don't have a good enough pilot.
How do you teleport back? Or do you just don't?
So this is the way I use teleportariums, because I like to put limits so that they're fun and fluffy as well. So every teleportarium comes with a number of teleportarium homers, which is a device that you activate to get teleported back to the teleportarium. The homer is set to when you set it up, you set it for a number of individuals. When you activate it, it teleports the number of individuals it's programmed for closest to the closest to the homer at the time you hit it. So you can't like selectively beam yourself and a group of others out of combat, because you'll just get the number of people you selected close to teleport, which could be enemies and friends. It could leave people behind as such, or you could end up with enemies on your ship. So, but that's the way it works. Is you have to carry the homer. If the homer is destroyed or damaged, then it's a lot harder to pick you out, teleport you back.
Gotcha. I can see why they were concerned about this.
It's like that scene in the Star Trek reboot where Spock's mother falls to her death. You know what I'm talking about. All of you remember that iconic scene.
Yeah,
specifically.
I remember it.
All right, good. I didn't think anybody would. Just Winona Ryder, okay, who's absolutely been crushing it since then.
Has she?
Yeah, I mean, she was in Stranger Things.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that's right.
Wasn't she in like fucking Aliens before then?
Alien Resurrection, yes.
I mean, she had some rough time at certain points in her life, but crushing it lately.
Yep. Beetlejuice, great film.
Sure. Okay.
Thank you, Admiral, for giving this. I can understand why they were hesitant. This is very, very...
I'm not sure you can pay us in things that you stole from us, though. Nero says. Remember that he's supposed to act as the bad cop in these situations.
Yeah. As I said, we'll still compensate you financially, and we'll also see to the proper installation of this equipment. I don't know that any of your techs are proficient to work on this sort of archaeo technology.
Now he's insulting our techs, sir.
But okay.
It's hard to say.
I don't like rogue traders, Master Nero. Your Lord Commodore has made me form a unique exception.
Yeah. I think you did a pretty good job here.
I'll take that as a compliment.
You can add it to your list of titles, sir. Nathaniel Horan's unique exemption.
Right.
Actually, a great.
I'd like to cut across the Dawn for a second. Dawn, I would like you to make a charm roll.
Oh my God! Here we go.
Okay. and it's gonna be at +0. Normally gonna be +10, but you know it's awkwardness has pushed it down to a +0.
Yeah.
So
I wouldn't expect anything else. You know, like I thought you were gonna hit me with a negative. I was like, yeah, okay. Here we go, boys. I'll re-roll that. I think.
Okay.
You can do it.
I got them to spend.
You can do it. You can do it. I believe. It's good numerology.
There we go.
There we go. Okay. So aboard the ship with the admiral, he gets like this, a bleep from his company. He looks at it and he says, "Is there a reason why one of my line officers is requesting a transfer to your vessel?"
Doesn't have a ship anymore, does she?
Yes, it seems that her ship was taken down in the midst of the fighting. And, she helped us with the fight while we were on the port, taking out the leader.
All right.
Also, Adrian sneezes for some reason.
I was gonna say.
I go, oh man, my ears are real hot right now. What's going on?
I casually say to Pierre, "Sir, isn't she in a relationship with one of your deck officers as well?"
That could possibly be it, but ultimately, I admire her leadership capability and would like to have her as my first officer on the Hand of Calixis.
It's crucial in retaking the station, if I recall correctly.
Absolutely.
He's
the reason for
lying through his teeth.
I admire her too, which is why I appreciate it in the future that you run these sort of requests by me before you approach the staff directly. I'll authorize this because I'm in a good mood towards you right now.
Excellent.
I love the idea that she's holding a pear that's like been completely nibbled down to just the base, like the most empty core you could possibly get. You know, she's so nervous about all this shit going on. She's like, is that really what's happening? You think that'll happen? It's like, it's in the God Emperor's hands now.
After all,
he's
make
been
sure that
very
you have
careful.
the one of the finest of my recruits of the Untouchables.
All right, well,
And also we'll ask you to dinner as far as for some hospitality.
okay. Well, we have work to do. We have a Chaos Force to defeat. We have an Expanse to reclaim. I'll get my people together. You get yours together, and let's end this, Lord Commodore. He puts his hand out to shake yours.
Pierre shakes his. Indeed.
Okay.
We're going
So
to finish
Adrian,
this
you get a message on whatever device you get for phones, right? And it's like a custom dawn emoji of like, you know, like that basically.
I want to say, as we leave the briefing room, right, we get Pierre going through the door with Adrian at his left hand and Nero on the right hand, and we get the shot of all three of them walking in slow motion, freeze frame, make it look like a rap album cover right there. Just the three of them coming out smug as hell, having gotten everything that they wanted.
All right. So then we cut to a scene. A lone figure sits in a position of meditation within a dark cell. The figure is dressed entirely in black, their androgynous form further cloaked by the shadows of the room. Mumbled prayers escape their lips, barely audible above the sounds of torturous screams and wails of despair echoing through the underground passageway beyond the steel cell door. Another figure stands in the corner of the room watching the meditating prisoner. Illuminated by the thin sliver of light coming through the partially open slot in the cell door, this man is dressed as an academic. His robes have multiple old and faded ink stains, and cortical cybernetic implants dot the back of his head and neck. The time has come, Agent, says the standing figure matter-of-factly. This rogue trader, Pierre Cowles, seeks to gather the elements required to open the blind tesseract. I'm sure you realize we can't allow that to happen. There's no response from the sitting figure. The academic pushes off the wall and approaches them. As he does, we see he is carrying a long, hardened void case, which he places on the ground before the figure. Without saying a word, the sitting figure leans forward and presses their finger against a thin needle protruding from the lock on the case, drawing blood. A green light illuminates on the case, and 3 mechanical clicks echo through the cell as the internal locks on the case snap open. The sitting figure carefully opens the lid of the case, revealing the disassembled components of both a long rifle and a pistol, along with 3 single bullets. Resting atop all of these is the distinctive mask of the Temple Vindicare. We cut to a scene a few minutes later as the figure in black, now wearing the mask and carrying the distinctive Exodus rifle, walks up the stairs and out of the dark prison. As they pass through the light, we see on the shadow they cast on the wall behind them, which paradoxically shows a pair of feathered wings protruding from their back.
What the fuck just happened, man?
And we cut to title card.
I got one of the best snipers
Temple
in the
Vindicare.
Imperium.
Wait.
After me.
Yeah, so
I thought they were coming
just,
to kill you. Am I wrong about this? What the fuck is happening?
Yeah, it's they were going to capture me, but I think they've switched to killing me.
What? Aren't they? So Temple Vindicare are.
They work for the Inquisition. Yep. Correct.
Yeah, they work for the Imperium.
They work for the Imperium.
Yeah, so
They answer to the High Lords of
So-
Terror, right?
Specifically,
The head of the Officio Assassinorum is a member of the High Lords of Terror.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't understand what the fuck is happening right now. And
somebody-
why do they have
somebody doesn't-
wings? What are they drinking Red Bull all day?
Well, no. So the figure in the scene did not have wings, but their shadow did.
Yes, that's what I'm asking, James. Why do they have wings?
Wait,
Excellent
is that the young king? Or is
No,
that
this
different?
isn't Tail on Bear Wing. This is humans.
okay.
This is-
I was about to say, shit, guys, we didn't rescue him in time. That was evil.
Essentially, someone at the inside just sent a super
high
sniper
level,
after me.
yeah.
I mean, look,
So-
it's just gonna be one shot. Me and him, we kill each other. That's it. That's the end.
Nero's going, I'm gonna get an Exodus rifle.
Well, I mean, the good thing is he's only got 3 bullets by the sounds of it. So
I mean, he only needs one to kill Pierre.
Yeah. Wow.
It
One,
sounds
one's
like he has
for
too
yeah.
many.
Yeah, exactly. One's for Nero, one's for Pierre. I don't know who the
I
third
mean, he's
one is.
gonna need more than one to give me, dog.
You sure about
So-
that?
First off, not only do I cut injuries below critical in half, but now I completely ignore the effects of damage. So until I'm dead, I still keep walking towards you.
So after the title card drop, after the credits have rolled, and we get the Film Georgia logo come up, Alan Loki.
This is filmed in Jordan. God damn it, James! What the
everything's filmed in Georgia right now.
I mean, not anymore. People moving out now. All right.
But we
North
faded one more
Carolina.
scene. So Pierre is sitting at his desk aboard the ship, working at it, on his own, doing his work when there's a knock at the door. Oh, thank you, Dave. That's
That's good.
Come in.
Yeah. Okay. Ivy walks into the room and she's carrying a data slate,
Careless Whisper starts playing.
and she closes the door behind her and makes sure it's closed properly. Lord Commodore, there was one other thing that I took from the notes of these Ages of Chaos that I wanted to share with you only.
Go on.
I find it hard to believe, which I guess throws everything else I learned into question, but according to these notes, Sister Dawn's order is in league with the Marionette. Right, that's where we end off the second series of Rogue Trader, Tide of Iron.
But we have to get Miriam anyway, so might as well go there and kick some ass.
We still need to go to the fucking Zone 15 and check that warp gate.
I'm just. We'll get there, all
We
right?
literally have already accepted the job.
You know how these main quests go. You can delay them until you're ready for them, right? Like,
We did delay it
made
until we were
back
ready
to
for it.
hold off the invasion.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Everyone take 1,000 XP.
Oh shit!
Shock. My
So
God,
just-
is that? Oh my goodness! Look at that title screen right there. Rogue Trader Strings of Fate with the APGamingREAL logo under it. It's actually kind of hard to read the Strings of Fate. You know what it could use, James?
What's that?
Little Ratosaurus touch in there.
Needs more gradients.
I had considered grading it from green to purple, from blue to purple, while going through the. But
so just so everyone's on the same page, we should have 22,400 XP total. Is that right?
Yeah, no, we should have
20,
I have
22,300.
22,300.
Yeah, I also have 22,300.
I also have 22.3.
22,300.
Yep.
I'm immediately going to probably
Is
invest.
that an
into
Exodus
True
rifle
Grit.
there? Is that what you're
yes,
showing us?
okay.
That is a
Is that a missile tube next to him? And that is
No,
why.
it's supposed to be a concrete pole.
Oh, I was gonna say
Yeah,
that's why I
yeah,
have
so-
Cade carry that for me.
Now, Vindicare are personally my favorite style of officio assassinorum assassins.
I would love to use an Eversaw, but yeah, I can't read hard enough.
Why are our own people trying to kill us? I don't.
Someone's on the inside trying to kill us.
Yep.
Guy on the inside, Hercules Mulligan. No, not him.
I mean, we know, out of character, we know
He's
that
voting
the
too many
one
horses
lady,
to be on the Imperium side.
the one lady at
what's
Dawn's place is.
what was that? What's that famous line? Save the matchmaker, save the world, right?
No,
Like
save the cheerleader, save the world.
that's the joke up. Finally, putting my charm skills to use, boys. Jesus.
So, what is the point of this rifle? What makes it so good?
It's just a really good rifle.
You know what else is a really good rifle? A heavy bolter.
Sure.
You know what's a better
an
sniper rifle than the
like,
Exodus
so-
rifle? A missile
A
tube.
missile launcher. Yeah. I don't know if there are stats for Exodus rifles in Rogue Trader or in
There are in fact.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are we
By
looking
the way,
at?
the three bullets. It's three different bullets. Like they're different
Shield
uses.
breaker, Hellfire, Turbo Penetrator.
Yeah. That's
So,
kills
is
you
this
good, kills you
rifle
better, kills you the best.
is this rifle just like MacGuffin level? Like it's just like
Well, apparently one of them allows you to bypass conversion fields. So yeah, that's pretty
Yeah.
fucking good.
like like it's so yeah. I mean, like Pathfinder says in chat, it's like 1, it's a really great rifle. 2, the Vindicare assassins are exceptionally highly trained and skilled individuals, as are all of the rest of the assassin types.
Oh man, these guys have stealth suits. I should just steal everything this guy owns and,
yeah, right?
and take his identity.
This is James. You have been given a great gift with this, Arthur, if you survive it.
So season 3 Nero is literally just like, all right, I debulk and I put on the stealth suit.
Yeah,
and I use his sniper rifle.
I don't debulk. I just
I'm going full lean. Like,
yeah.
you're gonna can't get rid of these bulging biceps, boys. It's on the character sheet. Oh, James, this is fucking crazy. It's such a weird place to stop, though. I thought for sure we would be fighting Zone 50. Is that like the season opener? Is you're just gonna be like, all right, so you've blown up all the ships around Zone 15 and completed your job, and now you have to roll to the
we don't
jump.
know if there's any ships around Zone 15.
It'll be exactly like Return of the Jedi, right? You know, we're dressing up
2
as
years have
like
passed.
Eldar, and like we're breaking into a prison to get Tail and Bellwing out. You know, like
Dawn is leading Nero in handcuffs. That's the Wookiee prisoner routine.
yeah,
Nero just
we're Adrian and Don are dressed as Dark Eldar, leading Nero in.
No, Adrian was sent in first. He Londo's in there. It's just you know, he's wearing a disguise that doesn't really cover his face at all.
clearly human.
Still
not
Londo.
a Dark Eldar at all.
there's a trash compactor scene. You know, it's like it's real good. It's organic shit. You know, like.
Okay, so I'll tell you. So this is the Exodus rifle stats, by the way.
Okay.
So 200-meter range, single shot only. Base damage is 2d10 plus 2 impact, 9 penetration with the accurate quality. Now, depending on what bullet you put into it, so either the shield breaker round ignores all fields, psychic protection, and anytime it shoots through a field, it automatically shuts the field off as well. Okay, Hellfire rounds add an additional d10 of damage and inflict Righteous Fury on rolls of 9 or 10 and gain the tearing quality. Turbo
Like
penetrator
shooting
rounds.
a chainsaw at someone.
Turbo penetrator rounds add plus 2d10 damage and plus 5 penetration and ignore toughness.
Ow.
Yeah, okay, that's actually better than the missile tube.
Yeah, so that'd be 40-10 plus 2 damage, ignoring any armor less than 15 and ignoring all toughness.
Well, you know, I have to kill him after he shot at least once to give himself away. What am I going to do with the 2 other bullets, man? Juggle them? You need 3 things to juggle. You can't just shoot 2 bullets in your whole life.
That's what I mean. That's why they only send him out with the 3 bullets.
I need to call the Vindicare Temple and get a supplier, man.
Do they normally carry like a sidearm with them?
Yeah,
So
they
they have a pistol. So
pistol as well.
So they do have regular ammunition. Like they can fire the gun with just the regular 2d10 plus 2 9 penetration, which they've got regular clips for, but they've only got 1 of each special type of round when they go on a mission, which can be loaded into the pistol or the rifle.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to be a fun time for Pierre, essentially.
Yeah, no. It's not going to be great.
It's a good thing I have Guardian and can swap places with you. Can't wait to get shot by this.
Yeah.
You guys ready to go kick a couple of old nuns in the face? Like, what's going on there?
I don't think anybody's going to tell you. Man, they spent the whole season being like, I'm the Spider Bride. I'm super loyal, mysterious. Oh yeah, Dawn and Nero can't be told what's about to be told right here because, you know, they'll get mad. Ooh, Drusus is a traitor. Ooh. Yeah, no one's going to tell you, Dawn.
I think we just show back up at the planet, grab Miriam, and then as we're leaving, just, you know, a lance strike off
we like the people
starboard
down
bow.
there. They gave me my crow necklace.
No. On the.
You think a land strike to the planet isn't going to have catastrophic fucking effects on the atmosphere?
No, it'll be fine.
What the fuck?
Well, it's not like we're exterminatusing them. Like,
I mean, Exterminatus is like
strike.
crack the planet open. You're still punching a hole through the atmosphere 13 kilometers wide.
It would certainly destroy the entire Abbey of the Dawn, which includes like the nice ones, which gave Nero his best bullets, for example, his best shells.
I got that from the nuns on the secret.
So from Abandoned Hope. Sorry, yes.
So it's all free game. They're free kills.
You like them.
Look, I mean, or we can just go in and slaughter them wholesale on foot.
Yeah, exactly.
Just give it the personal touch.
Tons of XP, plus we keep everything intact so we can put real nuns in there afterwards.
And we're just going to get Miriam back.
Just remember, we don't have any authority to like kill all of them, except our Inquisitor. No, never mind. Yeah, we do.
Say we have two inquisitorial acolytes, technically speaking.
That Dawn is ecclesiarchy, so basically just Adrian, who doesn't have any authority to be here.
Which then I just go talk to these guys.
We have to sit at a different table when we talk at dinner with smaller chairs. He sits at the kids' table at Thanksgiving.
See, I have the best defense against if somebody's like, "Hey, what are you doing here? Why are you here?" I go, "Don't talk to me, man. Go talk to these guys." And then I just continue doing what I was doing.
Hold a clipboard.
So there's a reason I didn't show the final scene after Dawn made her charm roll.
Mm-hmm.
I want to resolve how that happens as part of the next series, and you'll see why we get into that, like between Dawn and Henriette.
It's gonna be really awkward. Just a lot of just awkward side glances.
Now we're just best buddies, like that's what's gonna go forward.
I'm gonna get Ivy to be able to
just form. Like, I don't fucking know what's happening anymore.
So 26 episodes in. Second season down. Any final thoughts before we go to wrap ups?
I wanted to go to Sever and Dominate so bad, just completely derail the campaign.
It's like, oh yes, actually, we will take that job commanding.
Switch genres, just start taking planets left and right.
We just we switched to an only war campaign.
Yeah, but we're way more handsome and wealthy than all the characters.
It's like Sharp's rifles, but in Warhammer 40K. But we're all Sir Henry Semerson instead of Sharp.
So I'll tell you here, by the way, because this is something I've been waiting like over 10 years for this thing. So Sebastian Railthorn, the Rogue Trade mentioned, was a PC in my Dark Heresy campaign, played by my friend voted most likely to turn on the rest of the party in any role play game he plays in. And given the opportunity, his character made a deal with a demon. He would give the demon whatever they wanted on the promise that they would not invade the sector during his lifetime. And I thought, wow, that's a really dumb deal to make, because it's like, done deal. Okay. Oh, no, I'm going to just kill you and I can now invade the sector. But the other players figured it out. So in the final session of my Dark Heresy campaign, they managed to trap that character inside the Blind Tesseract, out of space, out of time, somewhere where he can't die, nor can he be killed. Amazing. In order to prevent the... and so I originally planned to follow up my Dark Heresy campaign with a Black Crusade campaign, where the players were Agents of Chaos trying to find a way to get to Railthorn to kill him so they could have their crusade. But instead, I've made them the NPCs of this Rogue Trader campaign. So,
nice.
Does that include Ivy?
Sorry?
Does that include Oh, no, it's Evangeline's group. All right. Blavians.
Yes.
Okay. So that means someone played an Nessa Pendergast then?
Yes.
Okay. We don't like that
really?
person.
I thought Inessa Pendergast was cool.
I don't know. I keep flip-flopping on that.
You do. He's like,
I know.
Yeah.
Just last week, you're like, yeah, we're trying to get you together with her. And now you're just like,
I know. I'm just changeable that way. All right. So for outros, not only do your introduction, but you tell us who you think is most likely to betray everyone else.
Okay.
Henley, let's start with you.
Well, from the revelation of this episode, probably me. I don't know. Like, that seems very likely at this point. I mean, what? I mean, what? That.
You're not going to stick with us if we go, hey, the Abbey of the Dawn is full of heretical traitors, and here's the evidence. You go, No, Gur, this must be a lie.
I was thinking more like, well, on one hand, she literally has divine ministration, which is like the hand of the emperor coming down and caressing a wound closed.
Yeah, that's why we're not killing him.
There's that. And then on the other hand, it's like everything that she grew up knowing and loving is now a lie. It's like,
Yeah, so this is what I wanted to, and this is what I was getting to you before we changed it. This is where I want to go with Dawn, is the whole concept that, despite the fact that this group has tried to corrupt it, they've taught her basically a profane ritual in the disguise of like a blessing or a cleansing ritual. In reality, she is that faithful enough that she's actually she has turned it to a positive thing. But what will that do for her from a point of view of her mental state, learning that this fact? That's that's one of the angles I'm looking to explore with Dawn.
Is there like a fallen paladin in the equivalent of?
They're called
they're called heretical inquisitors.
No. The sisters that we have with us. The
Sisters of
Repentia. Yeah.
There's also something called the Sisters of Bladia. So Sisters of Bladia are like Repentia, where they're not repenting for their own sins; they're repenting for the sins of their family, the sins of their order, whatever the case may be.
That's way more honorable.
Yeah. So
what if it's like, this is a weird angle to go, thought process to go down, but like Sister Dawn is clearly like favored by the God Emperor, but is it possible that like her understanding of like maybe her understanding of everything is like the new path of the ecclesiarchy, and she can sort of like forge it herself, sort of thing? Or like
potentially we can work through that, because the thing is, the ecclesiarchy is already in turmoil in the Calixis sector in ways that haven't been revealed yet. So and part of that, of course, comes from the fact that they worship Syndrasus, who this group knows for a fact to have been a heretic.
But not Mir Dawn. We don't know that he's a heretic.
So
holy shit! She goes, "Oh man, I feel so bad. Everybody knew this was a heretic. Saint Drusus, help me out, bro. Holy fuck!" What's wrong with you, Jay?
That's probably the direction I would take Dawn in, if anything. Is just like, everything she knows is wrong, but the God Emperor is still like, "You got this, bro. Clean this shit up." And it's like, all right, Judge Dredd, let's go.
Yeah, it's one of the reasons I wanted to make sure I put a scene in there today that Avando, someone who had demonstrably fallen to chaos, was redeemed by Dawn's actions.
Yep, may the frog save us all. I agree.
Yeah.
The God Emperor works through mysterious animal familiars.
And is that the guy that was the Marine?
He was the former crewmate of mine that had been captured by chaos,
yep.
and then you burned
ripped him back out. Yeah,
brought him back.
And the thing, remember when you tried to burn him, how it's like the flames took stronger. So effectively, the marionette tried to intervene in the ritual, which was created for her to try and kill him, but your faith overcame that ritual, and he was cleansed instead.
Oh shit!
All right, I'm into it. Yeah, let's do it.
We're playing 4D chess here with the marionette, who's out there playing checkers, man.
Got him.
Okay, you got anything else, Dave?
No. Shit, I'm excited for season 3. When do we play? When does that start?
2-week break. 2-week break.
We'll get back in 3 weeks.
2-week break.
Did we get any profit factor?
So along with the teleportarium, you get 2 profit factor on top. So it's actually more, but it costs profit factor to actually have the teleportarium installed. So we'll have to go through and work out which ship, because you have to make room for it as well. But you'll get 2 profit factor on top of your base score. But we'll also do like we did last season break. We'll go through some actions you can take between seasons to raise
blow up another planet, sell it. So we're at 49 now, right?
That sounds right, does it?
Just so I'm on this, just so I'm on the right page here. It's the 17th we're coming back, or the 10th?
Yeah, 17th.
I need
July.
to set up a deal for an heir.
Hey man, I've been trying to do that for you for 2 whole seasons.
Yeah, I know.
Look, you just need a wingman with an actual charm roll of 70, like Dawn is, and you crush it.
I guess that's what I'm doing in my in between is setting up a deal for an heir for the money.
Only traders is this like yeah.
I love that Sun Spirit was like guy that doesn't tell he got bit by zombies is probably the most likely to betray everyone.
All right, let's do yours, Big Spoon. What's your introduction and most likely to betray?
Yeah. So super glad to be invited on the show. I've had a really good time playing with y'all. It's been a really fun campaign. I'm looking forward. I am also looking forward to 3. I think it's a toss up for me between Pierre and Nero. See, I think Nero would betray us all to stop us from doing something evil.
Doesn't that mean that you're the ones betraying everybody?
No. Because we are the crew. It is you would be betraying the crew while the crew is betraying the Imperium.
All right. I agree with that. I absolutely would kill everybody to prevent that.
Pondo is the type of guy that would just be like, I mean, not Pondo, the Lord Captain would be like Andre, you know, like shoots the dude and it's like, who could have done this, right? Yeah. Like, that's the type of rogue trader.
Because and I think if any betraying happens, it's going to happen in the Blind Tesseract. Like it's, you know, this is like, you know, season series finale type shit. So
fucking the Lord Captain Vance.
That was literally the finale of my Dark Heresy campaign. Was everybody betraying each other in the Blind Tesseract?
Which that's why like that's really cool.
Yeah, to which only one character survived. So.
Yeah, which is
I have no idea what the Blind Tesseract is.
Yeah.
It's the
It was the MacGuffin created by Harlock to try and turn back time to save his family, but what it basically became was a like a wish granting thing.
Ah,
like
Strelic.
a holy grail.
Got it. Yeah.
And now it's creating singularities and lost belts.
Yeah, it's just radiation, and you just think you're getting a wish, but really you're just like spazzing out.
You're just dying of radiation poisoning.
I'm sorry. Yeah. Secret, your character's discovered it's all just a role playing game. We're not real people.
Yeah.
There's some Max Payne stuff in there, you know.
Right.
Wow.
Funny as hell. It was the worst thing I could imagine.
It's funny that Henley mentioned the fact that Pierre would be the one to be like, "Who did that?" Shoots. I actually have like a negative effect where someone insults me, I'm supposed to make like a willpower roll to not go ahead and attack them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, I live a dangerous life.
It's not just to attack them. It's to like try and get back at them. It's like, oh, this person insulted me. Bang, you know. It's
this person insulted me. I must ruin their lives and the lives of their family and close.
I will shoot off one of their toes.
So I mean, I pretty much summarized it as it's pretty much it's going to be inevitably Pierre giving the thumbs down for Nero to take care of him, essentially. I'm still waiting to get back to the one guy at Footfall. That's
you've got the assassin all trained ready to go. You know,
that's all ready to go. I just need to talk to mechanical. Say, hey, let me work out a deal with you. I don't care about whatever heretical tech use you're doing. I got you a deal.
I'll let you come to my teleportarium.
The assassin standing over Nero's now defeated but not unconscious body, and he looks up at the Lord Captain, and the Lord Captain just goes, "Nope," and it's like, oh man, the assassin was working for the Lord Captain all along. Who would have thought?
So is that
Big
who's
twist.
your vote, Pondo?
Who's my vote?
Yeah, is it yourself?
I would say
It feels like a foregone conclusion. That's what you say.
The Lord Captain's evil twin with the fucking soul patch.
Eventually.
Pretty much, I think the most likely is Pierre, just by mainly by messing with the Tesseract that he probably is inevitably going to have to do. Or I would say Nero, essentially in his information giving to Shrain, he's going to eventually be like, all right, I need you to shoot him.
Well, I mean, that's certainly possible. that an Inquisitor will want to kill you. That's already happened numerous times.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be Pierre off from messing with the Tesseract because he's going to inevitably have to. That's where it's leading. And then Nero being told by Inquisitor Shrain, be like, all right, he's too much of a flight risk. We got to take care of him.
Flight
risk. You literally control a fleet of ships. You're, with the teleportarium, you're the most flightiest risk that has ever existed. You know how to use a portal to get to another fucking area of space. Jesus. All right, James. What's your outro and what's your vote?
I had a great time, had a great season, great show. Thank you very much, everybody. And I'll be back here again tomorrow for Oath of Ender Steel. If you're on Arthur's Patreon, patreon.com/APGamingREAL, do join and support the show. You can see the shows as they come out new. Otherwise, I'll be back here. I would say now I can be back here this week for Cyberpunk. I've gone through my work calendar and I can make that work now that we're in hard lockdown. There's no security expo in Australia, so I think it looks like Cyberpunk is back on this week.
Is it?
Cyberpunk's back on the menu, boys.
I don't. Whoa! 'Cause when it was canceled, Dave and I made other plans.
Ooh, okay. Well, there you go.
We can be done and then move into Cyberpunk.
That's tight. I guess. Let's check with everybody, I guess.
All right. So all I'm saying, if there's no Cyberpunk this week, it's Arthur's fault.
That's 3 shows in one day. Oh, shit. All right.
Wow.
You've done
I
it
guess
before.
we can try it.
That's wild.
I did it yesterday.
In terms of who's most likely to betray the others, like I'm gonna extend Spoon's thinking a little bit. So as Spoon said, probably more likely Nero killing everybody because they betrayed them, in which case, as Arthur said, but they've got to betray them first. But I could really see it almost getting to a preemptive strike on Nero's part. Like they're gonna turn, they're gonna betray us. Better take them out now, because at the end of the day, it could be as simple as, you know what? Let's just forget about the blind tesseract and problem solved. But at the end of the day, there's now a device there you've got 1/3 of the way to, which grants wishes. And surely you can say, surely there's a way I can get the power of that without letting this Railthorn guy go, right? It can't be me that turns into a zombie, even though it's everybody else.
Exactly.
So, in this instance, you're saying that Nero is Tom Cruise in the Minority Report?
He's gonna stop us from committing thought crime.
That's it.
That doesn't sound like Nero to me. Now, what does sound like Nero is killing Pierre to prevent Pierre if he starts doing some weird, like, yeah, we're gonna use the blind tesseract number. Like, no, that's a bad idea. Here's 10 reasons why. Number 1 is because the God Emperor says don't. And then I kill him after that conversation. But
By the way, what's really telling to me is every single Rogue Trader game I've heard of or been a part of always ends in betrayal.
I would really like for that to not be the case. I would like it if we all come to an agreement that we're not going to use the obvious bait trap that has been set for us by both the Game Master and your sister. That we just
Rogue Trader Season 4, Rogue Traderless.
Oh, fuck.
I mean, the answer's simple. We kill our navigator and then we kill the rest of the navigators.
What? Why?
Not our navigator, but the
Nostromo.
Nostromo navigators.
But why?
Because they're required to open it.
Yeah. They have to translate the coordinates. Yeah,
but I think there's almost certainly going to have to be a reason that we have to go there to stop something or other.
Yeah, I mean
right? That's going to be the plot line for sure.
It's essentially we go there, do what we need to do, and then after that says, all right, we don't want to mess with this.
So we kill them
So
all?
let's just cover our tracks, make sure no one can unlock it.
They had a pretty big house. Didn't they shoot somebody inside one of our vehicles? I feel like that's a pretty
it
good...
was inside one of our vehicles, but they were shot while we were there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lord Captain sees his sister in a mirror. He reaches out, touches the mirror, and now he's in the mirror and she's outside.
That's a solid trade.
Yeah. So now the Lord Captain has to spend the rest of eternity trying to convince someone else to touch the mirror. So, he becomes the mirror, the marionette, right? That's how that works, yeah?
Sure, sort of.
You got anything else, James?
No, that's it. Thanks very much for
All
watching,
right.
everybody, and for being a part of Season 2 of Rogue Trader Tie Divine.
Apparently the marionette is Dorian Gray, I suppose. All right, well,
I have a very, very specific set of fetishes. Dorian Gray, man.
Different Dorian Gray.
Why are we talking about Sherwin Williams color here? All right.
what's happening right now?
Wait, is there actually a paint color called Dorian Gray?
It's a Sherwin Williams paint color, Dorian
Oh
Gray,
my God.
7018.
So for the folks at home, the Dorian Gray story is a dude who had a portrait of himself, the portrait age, but he didn't. It's literally in the Extraordinary League of Gentlemen.
Yeah. If he looks at the portrait, then he dies.
Yes.
I was talking about 50 Shades of Grey with Dorian Gray.
I've never read that book, and I think I can skip it because it's been
Actually written by
death.
it's Oscar Wilde wrote the portrait of Dorian Gray.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right. Well, just know, friends at home, that starting next Sunday, the 7th or something, we're going to be looking towards doing farming simulator streams. So from 8 to midnight on Sunday Eastern time, for only 4 hours, the server will be open. We'll be role-playing a farming combine underneath the control of Boss Perkins, me. You can either call me Mr. Perkins or Boss. That's how we're going to roll. I don't know anything about farming, but I'm looking forward to people who are competent crying as I do something that you really should do. I don't know what that is yet.
Farm olives.
Salt the fields. What do you mean, Boss Perkins?
When we plant, we should go perpendicular wise, right? Just to make sure it's planted. Just cross them.
Water them with Brondo. Let everything plants crave.
Wow. There is never a year that we can go by without fucking quoting that film, I think. So
It's because we're living in it now, Dave. We're living in the the prologue of that movie.
All right.
I'm gonna watch that again, actually.
I think
It's pretty good.
that the betrayer of this group is obviously going to be the captain, who's going to be like, we should use this magical wish ranking device. It's me. I'm a fucking Harlock, and I'm going to have to be like, oh god. All right, everybody, let's kill him.
Yeah. Here's my 9 success heavy bolter shot with organ grinder rounds.
With organ grinder rounds. Here's my Exodus rifle.
Yes,
Yeah.
Pierre, who has had no emotional attachment to the Harlock line up until I was like, hey, you're a Harlock. I'm like, what does that mean?
Yeah, but you're going to make wishes. You're going to do it.
When Big Sister's like, hey bro, join me in the Harlock line, you'll be like, you know what? Family first.
Yes, the family I knew nothing about.
Yeah.
Look, Pondo, curse your sudden but inevitable betrayal.
I'm not going to
gonna
deny
happen.
you. It might happen, but it might happen through other weird means.
I mean, I'm just saying, I really feel like in and out of character, we could really talk about not wishing for anything in the magical wishatorium, okay?
Yeah, we just don't use it.
I wish
wish
that
for
the
no
Wishatorium
wishes.
doesn't exist.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's when a giant marshmallow man appears and destroys us.
That's not what
I
I
don't
wished
think of
for.
anything.
I was wishing for more quail. You start killing the marshmallow man. Inside it is quail. It's just a giant quail using a marshmallow suit. Boom. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. All right, that's it for us. Have a good night, everybody. We'll see you in 3 weeks.
Bye.
It has what plants crave.